The video, and even this version that you're looking at now, I know is a little dark. Again, I'm in the process of moving. My old workshop is packed and still in California, and I am in a mystery location, which you have probably already figured out where I am. That was part of the deal. I would tell you in this video. But that video, by the time I was editing it and the shots and the lighting and just seeing the details or even seeing what it was I was doing, it wasn't going to work. And so I tossed all of it. And I'm just going to show you the completed car here. I'll tell you a little bit about the build because I said I would. But this is our finished piece here. And I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with how it turned out. You know, considering I'm using a bunch of kind of half-rate materials right now that are cobbled together from the dollar store and various locations. Again, I didn't move any of the materials I usually use for this, and so this build was really about if I could get together enough materials to actually make a custom Hot Wheel. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, considering I don't have a lot of my tools, I like it. So, getting to the parts that I promised in the video. So, obviously, I am in Oklahoma now. So, Oklahoma is our new home. Who would have thought that MrLEDiecast, which the LE in MrLEDiecast actually stood for my old home and Lake Elsinore, California. Not in Lake Elsinore anymore. I am in Oklahoma now, so near the Tulsa area. And we will be setting up camp here permanently very soon. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm in an apartment right now, so the workshop's going to be a little bit rinky-dink for a few videos, but we'll get it done. And I am working at a school associated with Oklahoma State University. So actually working at Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology in Okmulgee. So I am a new dean there, and hope that keeps the institution's hope that keeps the reputation of the institution intact. So I also showed you a bunch of die casts that I got at a little club gathering in the last video. That was actually the Tulsa Hot Wheels Club, and I think it's called the T-Wheelers or the T-Hot Wheelers, and I will give you information on the next meeting of that as that gets closer. I think they meet 3 or 4 times a year, so that was a neat show. Picked up some things, so a lot of the cars that you're going to see in the next few videos came from that particular show. Really liking it here. We were trying to move to the Midwest and finally got my job situation worked out, so we are here in the Midwest and I am loving my new job. I'll tell you more about the job in future videos. So let's take a look at this little die cast piece that I made here in honor of my new job. So a couple things that I used on this. Obviously it's a Talladega. I used the wheels from one of the Hot Wheels NASCAR, or it was a NASCAR diecast, and it has these Goodyear Eagle tires here, and that's what I used on this one for the tires, which I really like those. The axle on these is a little bit thicker than Hot Wheels, so fitting it was kind of tricky. I had to kind of jam the axle into my tubing to get them to stay, but pretty good. Wheels roll. I think they're rolling there. It's hard to tell in this light. Used a flat paint, so I used this particular brand of paint, which is not anything special. I think I got that at the dollar store, believe it or not. The flat paint worked pretty good. The gloss paint that I got, which was a real cheap Walmart gloss paint. I'm going to scoot this one over so you can see these other versions that I painted as well. That was this particular brand of paint. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. And this brand of paint was junk. I think that one cost like $2. It just bubbled up, and whether it was the humidity or the heat out here that day or some version of that story, that paint did not work. This particular one here gave me all sorts of trouble with the paint. I like the paint job, but I had to spray about 3 coats of gloss on this, and it still got some issues with the paint. I will probably finish this particular car up. I damaged the windshield with some super glue, but I'll probably just put some wheels on this, wrap that build up, and maybe give that away in a future video. We'll just throw it in the pile. This particular one, I really liked how the paint job came out, and I think I can do something with this one. We'll get some wheels on it, but I think I'm going to redo the decals. And right now those decals are not glued into place. They're just water slides. They'll peel right off. But I don't like that. I don't really like those decals. They're not working for me. So I think I'm going to take most of the decals off, save that paint job. So you'll probably see that in the next video finished. But for the time being, this one's done. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Can't spray it, so it doesn't have any gloss on it, because my flat paint won't stay flat if I spray it with a gloss. I usually use this particular brand of gloss. Pick some up, have not used it, but that is the same gloss that I used on this one, if you're wondering. So not a bad example of what you can do with some basic tools. Picked everything up at the Hot Wheels show, like I told you. Used my own water slides, printed those out. That's actually on white backed water slide paper, and you can see here on the O, I actually had to cut that out with an X-Acto knife because that's the only way I could get the white to print, is to put it on white backed paper. This one came out pretty good. I did need to do about 2 or 3 of these to get one to come out that good, because when you're cutting that small of an area, it's pretty hard. And then to get the edges so it's not all raggedy or showing some white, I actually just went over the top of that with a very tiny Sharpie marker. So I just outlined it and cheated. So pretty happy with it. I think I'd paint the interior a little bit if I was going to do a little bit more to this. I could do some more here on the front of the car, the back, the tail lights, all of that could be dealt with, but quite honestly, I'm ready to move on to the next build, and I promised I would do one that had the school colors of where I was at right now. So now you know where I'm at. We've got at least another custom in the bank. I will keep making these videos. I think the next video is either going to be about fixing one of these two up and getting it cleaned up, but more likely it's going to be dealing with those Matchbox super fast cars that I got at the show, and see if I can't bring those back to life. So hope you enjoy it. I know the lighting's not great. I'll try and fix that a little bit more in the next video and get these videos a little bit more up to snuff. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.